I am going to be discussing with you my opinions, what we're talking about, what we're seeing, what has happened, what I'm about to do tomorrow, and why I'm about to do what I'm going to do tomorrow. I might not ever know, but this is food for thought for me, my channel, and for the fact that I groom dogs, and I actually love dogs. I feel like they are the angels from God, and that's why it's spelled G-O-D. D-O-G. I feel like they're direct relation to God. If God could send little angels to watch over us that are right in our bedroom, right in our house, right in our home, this would be that. This would be that. This would be his camera system. If God could send baby angels to watch over you and be with you in a time of anything, for anything, with true unconditionalness, this would be it. This would be them. This would be his cameras. He would be using his animals, and I'm looking at all my animals, right? He would be using his animals to spy on me, to then tally up how good I did. And then when I get to meet him, he can just pull out all that and maybe even question the animals I cared for. And what's really cool for me is that in the amount of time that I've been grooming straight up aggressive, straight up disabled, and many people that I've held their hand through the loss of their pet directly went to their home and cried with them. Working with Beyond the Rainbow. I mean, different companies that they're not here anymore, but working direct as they transition over to the rainbow, right? When I groom, I feel the warmth of every dog that has passed away that I've groomed. I'm just showing you this because this is news to me, and I'm informing you because this is just a quick, I'm going to show you off of a different channel, a little bit of information so you understand what I'm talking about.
It's locally sourced produce that really messes with your head. So these actually, to be fair, look more like the kind of dogs I was expecting to be bred for eating.
This is the dog I saw.
这个你要杀吗？
他们要就给他们杀。
他们要的话给他们杀。
That's not the whole full video. That video is 20 minutes long. But what I want you to see in that video, in this lady as a newscast in China, she's an advocate for these animals there. And she literally says, is this golden retriever, I mean, is this one for sale for me? And she said yes. And she goes on, the lady goes on to say, you know, hey, I want to be honest with you. I have a family and I have, you know, kids. I have to feed them, you know, so this is her livelihood doing this. If someone wants that golden retriever, I'm going to slaughter that golden retriever for you. And however you want it cooked, fried, steamed, whatever you want, I'm going to do it.
That's my job. I didn't want to have any matches. I didn't want you to have to shave it.
Don't we need a hug right now? I just wish I did. I love you. Thank you.
I really don't want it to shave.
Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like you've been watching some videos.
Yeah.
Great. And so he looks great. I don't know what you're here for. I mean,
he's just.
What are you doing here?
It's just. It's like it's coming out of his ears. He gets ear infections a lot, and it's because. I think it's because he has so much hair in here and it's really hard to dry his hairs.
I can see that
And just,
Okay.
if you look at his butt, you're gonna laugh.
Okay.
Because his fur was so long that he was pooping on it every time.
Okay. So I'm gonna tighten that up.
So I tried to trim it, and you'll see it's not even. It looks ridiculous. And then, like he's not in bad shape. Like his fur is just kind of everywhere, you know?
Oh my God.
He just needs a little trim to look.
Okay.
Just a little cleaner. We
Just
love
a little
him fluffy.
Yeah.
Tighten it up.
We love
just like
him
this,
fluffy.
but tighten it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we
Exactly.
love his big floof,
Okay.
but
Okay.
he's just it's just kind of everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we spent hours trying to just get him
don't
used
need
to
me.
it.
You're there. We'll tighten it up and then. Okay.
And I think he's gonna be real good. But like I said, that's why we came to you.
Yep.
Thank
you so much. Do you want to say anything on camera? How'd you find me?
YouTube.
YouTube. And are you how did you feel about all the requirements?
I felt good about it because
It's pretty strict, right?
yes.
Strict.
Very strict. Yes.
And you wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah,
No.
we like that though. That means you care about what you're doing.
Right.
We want what's best for him, and we want somebody who's gonna be patient and really, really calm, because I told you when we took him to the trainer, he had to build trust because he said his reactions were as if somebody had beaten him,
Right.
like
Wow.
really, really horribly.
Wow.
And he said it's very common in the meat trade that you'll put 10 dogs in the same cage and then they throw food in
Oh my.
and the dogs fight and then the men beat them for fighting.
Oh
So it's this circle that he said was very apparent he had been
Horrible.
through. So I just, again, we don't know his triggers, and we just want someone really calm and
Right.
who understands what a dog has been through.
Someone who
thank
cares
you.
about what they're doing too, not
Yeah.
just cutting hair to cut hair.
You
Yeah.
can go anywhere for that,
You
can't
can
you?
go anywhere.
You know
yeah.
how many times Petco was recommended to me?
Really?
Petco was the #1 recommendation we got, and I just,
We're not taking him to sports clips, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Right. Thank you so much. It's an honor.
And he's such a good boy.
Oh my
The
gosh.
only
I'm
thing
so
I told
impressed.
you is I don't think you use treats when you're grooming anyway, but
Don't use
that's
treats.
just
I wouldn't
don't.
want to.
he's, like I said, he'll be fine if you're feeding him, but it's if you give him a treat and then try to keep touching him and then give him another and try to keep touching him, that's when he
doesn't understand what's
Doesn't
really
like
going
that.
on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so, but like I said, like, if you gave him a treat right now, you'd never know anything had ever happened to him.
Right,
It's
right.
just that you're going to be up in his business, and so I don't want him to associate that.
Okay. You got it.
But other than that, like I said, you would never know. Most people don't believe us when we tell
Right.
him what he's been through.
I can tell.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get started.
Come here, Sawyer. Come here. Come here. Hey. Come here. Come here.
Come here. Are you worried? I see you're looking around. You're looking around. Come here, Sawyer.
Here, here.
Look, come here. Sawyer, come here. Come here. Hi. 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 What's up? Come here. Paw. 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 Oh, that's a good boy. Yeah. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh.
Now, I have a question again, just because I'm not very familiar with grooming, especially for my golden. Now, when you say clippers, like I've been told that, like, you shouldn't shave a golden because they have an undercoat that like helps keep them cool and that type of thing. So, like, do you use clippers for like certain parts of them? Do you full shave them? Like, what's kind of that look like?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen your dog. And then I also don't know if he comes in fully matted, which is very rare. I think you might have sent me a picture and it looked like his legs were shaved.
I don't think I sent you a picture. So
Okay,
he's not been shaved. So he definitely, his butt hair, I don't know what you call, I don't know what the proper word.
Sanitary or haunches.
Okay, his haunches. So he's super fluffy, typical golden. I've definitely had to cut some big chunks of his hair out because when he came, he had dreadlocks that were they were horrible. They were pulling at his skin, and stuff like that. So he definitely might have some matting in certain places. But we've tried to like do our best to get that out. But okay, I see what you're saying. You basically just have to see what he looks like to understand kind of what he needs.
Right. And I would want to do it that way. Would I want to shave him? Can I just be honest? You can shave freaking anything. And these, no offense, Yeah, maybe there's a double coat, maybe there's thick hair, maybe there's that. But let me tell you, when you've shaved a dog and they come in every 3 months to shave for life, and you work on that dog, even a Labrador, a Jack Russell, these are dogs that normally are not shaved, and so I'm giving you an example. Labrador Retriever, shaved down, beautiful, for the whole life of the dog. I groomed the whole life of the dog. I shaved the whole life of that dog. A Labrador mix, Stanley. He is a bushy mess. Shaved, looks great, great summertime cut, comes in once a year, shaved down. All the way, I've been doing that for 7-8 years, and I groomed her dog that she had already passed away, a poodle, for like 5-6 years. So, I mean, like, we're talking lots of time shaving. Very rarely, but that 1%, right? Very rarely the hair won't grow back. And mostly that's in certain breeds. Mostly I see that in a Pomeranian. Pomeranian hair, I'm grooming a Pomeranian tomorrow. I said, what are we doing? She said, I need to do a lion cut, shave down. And I said, okay, so you're probably used to knowing that the hair doesn't grow back the same. She goes, oh yeah, that's true. So I said, you need to do a lion cut because nothing is ever even anymore once you do shave a Pomeranian. It almost shocks the hair. And so the hair starts to help you out and not grow back. But very rarely that happens on any other breeds. Will it happen? Could it happen? Yeah, it could happen. But there was a dog I did live on my YouTube. No, not live. Let me think. Many dogs on my YouTube channel, I might say. Been shaving this dog. Groomers hate me for shaving it. It's not your dog, not your situation. And guess what? This is the 20th groom. And it came in. Look at the way it came in. The hair was like full and huge and da-da-da-da. So it really, in my opinion, it comes down to like, well, do you like the shortcut? Do you not like the shortcut? Do you want to maintain? Do you not want to maintain? If the coat's matted, why are we going to suffer through pain? Why don't we just shave it off and start over? But in Goldens, usually the worst places, and I've seen it all though, the worst places are if matting exists and there's not regular brushing done. So matting comes on a Golden usually where the collar moved around for 6 months to a year without brushing. There'll be mats in there sometimes. And then the rest of the matting usually is underneath the belly, if it's really bad, underneath the back of the legs, and or haunches. And then haunches, I have been known to like say shave the haunches, start over, and then have the pet parent have a brush and a comb and be doing the work at home. If you brush on a regular, Goldens are not usually prone to matting. But if it's been a while and there's a knot and you bathe the dog, get it wet, and then it dries and you get it wet and it dries and you never brush out that knot or cut it out, then you bathe it again, that turns into serious matting where you just shave it out and start over. So it really comes down to what you want. I can email you some Golden Retrievers if you haven't already seen them on my YouTube channel. Most Goldens are not shaved down. But have we done it? Yes, we definitely have shaved down some Goldens. And when you either love it or hate it, you need it or you don't need it. It's really your opinion, you know.
Got it.
So I sent you the picture that I seen that you sent me, and I don't know if that was him, but I was assuming it was him because it was on his veterinarian card from China. So
yes, I forgot.
I'm not making stuff up here. So that was the image I had in my head of him. When you look at him there, his feet are shaved, and his feet are shaved with a Tamed blade. I can tell you that just by...
Okay. That was a while ago. Yeah, he has a little bit more Grinch paws, which I've tried to trim, but again, every time I've attempted to do anything myself, it looks horrible, which is why I've stopped.
Okay. Is that the picture I'm seeing? That wasn't something you done. That came from China like that.
But that was when he was in China still.
Okay.
Yeah, that was so that was probably at least. I mean, that could have. He was in China with our rescue for about 6 months.
Okay.
He had heartworm, so that could have been within the last year.
Okay, sure.
6 months now.
Sure. Okay. Pet parent says the pet loves the lake, right? Loves the lake. Loves the mini pool they have.
Can't keep him out of the water.
Right. So if I had a dog that loves pool, I would not honestly want to brush every day. I would minimal contact. Your dog shouldn't get matted very often, so that we should tighten everything up. You don't have to necessarily do a summer shave down, but everything should be really tight. Nothing flary, nothing hanging, nothing thick and bunched up and all that. If you've got a dog that loves water, why not just, it's like, I don't know, if I was a swimmer, I probably would hate having really long hair and having to put it in a bun and put it in that thing and do all that. I would be like, give me short hair so I can just get out and I'm done. If I was a swimmer. So if that's the case, then, and the price that we're doing right now, why not just tighten it all up and I'm not going to see you for 3 months at least.
Yeah, that's probably a better way to go. Like, I wouldn't want to, like, shave him all off, but definitely,
well, at least the haunches. The haunches are going to be, what I call is going to be real tightened up. So there's not a bunch of hair that, like, maybe I'm not seeing him, so I don't really know, but an inch or 2 inches, 2 inches is a little too long for me in that area, I'm thinking. So an inch to an inch, and like an inch long down the haunches. All that crap is just nice and tight.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So that's what just hearing what your needs are. I'm not thinking of what cut you would want to get. I'm thinking of what you need. And that's where I would go from there. So when it comes to like the body and everything, most Goldens, like what I probably, and I use clippers because it saves on hand scissor time. Hand scissor is really hard on your hand. So I don't do a lot of hand scissoring. I could spend hours hand scissoring a dog. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to use a guard to get through the coat. So it depends on if we're doing, and a lot of Goldens, we don't even do hardly anything around the back and around the front. We just scissor it up a little bit and just clear the haunches up. So he still has that whole golden coat. Again, it all depends on how thick his coat is, what he's looking at, and when you come in, what he's looking at, and how he behaves. Everything, like the first and foremost, because of his background, everything goes with how is he going to behave with the clippers, how is he going to behave with the sound, how is he going to behave with me, how is he going to behave with the scissors. If he's seen a knife in his day, you might find he's not going to allow scissors. It just depends. So in that moment, you're just kind of going, let me put, like, I'm not going to go straight up with the scissors. I'm going to lay them next to him first and see, does he recognize these as a tool to chopping up a dog next to him? What has he seen? And what does it look like for him? And I know this sounds ridiculous, but you just don't read the dog's mind. You have to feel it out.
I totally get it. And luckily, we've tried to desensitize him a little bit to the scissors, just like I said, with a little bit of trimming, but not to the extent that you're likely going to do. One good thing that I forgot to mention is he did recently have his teeth cleaned, and the vet did clip his nails while he was under anesthesia.
That's great.
That's something we won't have to worry about. That was something I was kind of worried about. Just holding. He's good with us holding his paws. He actually insists on you holding his hand most of the time. Like he's very typical Golden in that way.
Oh, but, gosh. I love it.
Hard pressure of cutting his paws, I didn't know how he'd react. So
I
went ahead and took care of that.
So
luckily we don't have to worry about that.
Who rescues a dog from China? How often does that happen?
Right? I mean,
honestly, I don't know about we all, but we've seen those videos, and you want to go, how do I get one? How do you help? How do you save them? So to hear that, you're like, holy moly, mama. There was one video on YouTube that I watched. It was like the news, like someone behind the scene news, because in China you're not supposed to do that. So the news is watching, and there was this golden retriever, and the lady was like an advocate for pets, but she's Chinese. And my mom's from Taiwan, so I kind of feel at home in this weird way. But not willingly eating dogs, because I think dogs are God's creature. But I'm watching this video, and lo and behold, this lady's like this golden retriever is walking around following her, right? And it's one of her dogs that she's selling to families to eat. And I'm thinking, oh gosh, and so when you said golden retriever, I was like, I saw that dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she immediately said, the interviewer was walking around on the streets, like hustling, walking around, not trying to stay put, and kind of being like, that's what they're doing, it's that festival. And she's like, what are you going to do with this, and that? She goes, if you want the dog, this so loving, kind dog that's walking around loving this owner that's selling it, and she's got cages of dogs there, right? Like, cages and cages, because it's like a meat packing plant, but on the street. She says, in Chinese, whatever, she goes, oh yeah, you want that dog, I sell it to you, basically, right? And so this dog that's this golden, and you're in my eyes are like going, what? And I'm going, how do I get that dog? And I know that dog's gone, it's been slaughtered, it's probably been eaten, and I also know that, no offense, but China has probably got one of the worst third world country feeling when you get there, that people can't even afford to buy a pig. They can only afford to buy a dog. And how about this? We can only afford to buy a squirrel or a rat. So you have all these dynamics of why they do what they're doing. Not to say it's right or wrong, not to cast judgment, but to know that their quality of life is nothing like mine. And so the choices that they have to make on what they eat are different than mine, right? At the same time, I'm going vegan, you know what I mean? Like, if I have to do this, then I'll grow spinach in my backyard and be really healthy for the rest of my life. But I wouldn't want to make that decision, you know, but I saw that golden when I read your email, Kelly. So understand that first I'm thinking, I want to do this for free. And then second, I'm thinking, can I do it for free? And I wish I could do it for free. And this is dangerous. And how do I do it? So those are all the things that have crossed my mind. Okay.
Yeah, no, of course.
So thank you for your email.
We have learned so much about the meat trade and everything from going through this process. The rescue we went through specifically rescues them from China and Korea. So we learned a lot about kind of everything from there. So Sawyer is definitely a unique case, and I'm glad that we can like talk on the phone, because trying to explain it via email, I didn't feel like I could do it justice. You're
writing a book. And by the way, Kelly, write that book. You know what I mean? Write that book for us. And then, okay, keep going.
No, you're fine. So I'm sure you have like specific questions, but mainly the thing is, so when we rescued Sawyer, the rescue was very straightforward with us. The vets in China were afraid of him. Like, he hated the kennel. Like, outside of the kennel, he was this happy-go-lucky dog. Like, the volunteers would walk him. He was so sweet. But putting him in the kennel, he would snarl and growl. So the vets were afraid of him. They didn't bathe him. They didn't groom him. They were just trying to get him healthy so he could get over here, which was fine. We blessed their hearts. Like, we are so appreciative for them for getting him healthy. The rescue sent him to a trainer in Los Angeles. He flew into LAX. That's his freedom flight went into there. And they got him sent to a trainer. He spent 4 weeks there in boot camp with this trainer. And myself and my boyfriend would go up once a week. We were living in San Diego at the time. We would drive up once a week and we would work with the trainer. But he specifically was to help get over his aggression. And Sawyer's aggression is specific to kennels and food. It's not around people or other dogs. You know, if you saw us walking down the street, you would never know. Like, you would never know he was from China. You would never know he had any type of past. You know, he comes to work with me. He is the sweetest dog ever. He flies everywhere with me. If we go, you know, home to California, he comes on the plane with me. Like, he really is an angel. But again, I just want to be really honest. You know, we don't know anything about his past. He was found in the back of a van with 6 other dogs at a slaughterhouse. And he shows signs of being horribly abused. So the trainer worked with him a lot on that. You know, he's very trusting of humans now. At first, you know, 6 months ago, he would kind of shy away from humans when they would first come up to him, and whatnot. So his aggression is great. We really don't see it. We have a very strict feeding routine with him where we, you know, give him space when he eats. We don't try to take his food away or anything like that. But that is the only time that you will see any type of aggression from him, is if he was eating his food and you like really quickly tried to approach him and take it away.
Okay.
So I'm sure you have more specific questions, but I wanted to try to give at least kind of an overview of picture. You know, like, most situations he's perfect angel. And like with the vet, we've had him go to the vet multiple times. They said that he's been great with the kennel. So he seems to have at least worked pretty far past that. He's, you know, been great getting shots and everything. So they've never had any issues with him here stateside. But again, I know that his past was pretty traumatic. So
sure. So honestly, Kelly, I go off of something deeper, and I'm writing, this is what I wrote. I already know him. And I'm like, I have a little bit of tears in my eyes. Like, I know him. You know, like, that's the feeling I get when I read your email, this and that. He's my client. You know what I mean? This is the type of animal I work with.
And that's why we sought you out so much. Like, I don't want somebody to get frustrated or to make him more fearful. And
you know that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so let me ask you that. How do you know that that can happen?
So we growing up never took our dogs groomer. I had labs and stuff growing up. We just bathed them at home and stuff. But we had some neighbors whose dogs had really bad experiences and were like traumatized by going to the groomer.
Okay.
They don't know what happened, and that was like my first time ever hearing that. And then now that I'm my own dog mom, I of course have just done research.
Okay.
And I've heard the horror stories of just, you know, you drop your dog off, they come back, something's different, you don't know what happened, just that kind of thing.
Right.
So knowing that when we first got Sawyer, you know, when people would go to reach to pet him, he would kind of shy away because he was afraid, you know, they're going to hurt him. I already know that we've done so much work to build trust in humans that I just don't want to do anything to hurt that trust that we've built.
Right. I'm really glad you know that. And you sound like you've done your research, and that in getting him in the situation you did and the rescue group that you worked with, you learned so much.
Oh,
and then
for sure.
Rehabilitating him. And every day is rehabilitation. It's almost like he had substance abuse problems, right? Every day is cautious.
For sure.
Yeah. So we're there. We're on the same page. So here's only what I have to say. And honestly, it's just about booking for me and getting you guys in the door. But the unknown in so many things right now during a time of a pandemic is what is the only hold. Good boy. Good boy. Hi. Hi. Can I put this on? Yeah. What's that? They're right there. They're right there. Do you see Mom right there? She's watching you. Okay? She's watching you. So, here's Sawyer. Because of what he's been through, I am going to be very leery. I am going to muzzle him. I don't have a large comfy cone, which is what I would prefer. But you never know what his triggers are going to be, and I really need to make sure I stay safe. So I am going to put a muzzle on him, just in case. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Because right here, I mean, if it bit my face, it would be over. And it could just be a trigger. It could just be something I grabbed that he recognized as a tool that they hit him with in China. Who knows? So we want to avoid that kind of just quick decision. Because I can't take it back once I start. All right, let's get to work. So Mom doesn't want to shave. However, we have some debulking to do. And if you want to sit like that, why don't we start off with the sanitary? So I can get you to stand up. We'll do the sanitary. 10 blade. Okay, ready? Go up, 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 up. Good. What I can smell is ear infection. Got a lot going on down the end of there. Okay, don't get upset with me here. So I really want to shave down the tummy a little bit so for the summer. Because then I can lay on the floor, but I'm not sure how to attack it, so. not yet. Up. I want to do the sanitary, so we use dog up stand. What is this? Poor guy, I can smell that ear infection. It's bad. You're okay. You're okay. No. You're okay. You're okay. Pooping on all this, we want to take it all off. Checking my pressure, my phone. Comb and brush, check here. Comb doesn't lie, so she says she's brushing at home, right, to make sure all the knots are out. So if you have the right comb, it's not going to lie to you. Boy, you let me get in there, huh? Watch, you got this big tail. So see the difference, brushed, not brushed. You can tell, brushed, not brushed. She said poop gets under there. So if I plan on not seeing this dog, say 3 months, I want to make sure I'm getting this pretty tight. Wait. Is there anything else I can do while I let you sit and relax? All right, let's come over here. I'll let you just sit there like that. You can hear the knots in there. Does this look familiar? Okay, I'm trying not to let you look at it. Okay, hold on. D-mat breaker right there. Break through that. Do that for a minute. Pretty close to his face. I want to watch these all over his body language, his body movement. He's looking nice. I have to have you stand up. All right. Let's get this back on, okay? Here we go. Ready? I need you to stand up. Up, up, 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 up. I'm going to extend it like to push a little bit instead of just being like right up under there. Extend it so it's pushing, so he hopefully will feel it like, oh, I better stand at attention. I'm going to come back with my tin there. Oh, wait. No, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't do it. Don't do it. No. Don't, not yet. Almost, but not yet. Almost, but not yet. Alright, first I'm going to do here is I'm going to check all the pads here, or I mean in between the toes. Can you see? Good boy. I'm going to look into your toes. Let me see your toes. Oh yeah, the nails are at the vein. All of them. Looks like they were actually in the vein. Maybe they did it under surgery or something like that. I'm not sure, but they're good. You see? Oh yeah, he had surgery here. He had a dental done. So they did the nails while he was in surgery. You can see these definitely were bleeding when they got done because I could see the vein here on all of them, which is fine as long as he was under surgery. So there's nothing I'm going to take and nothing I need to try to take. They're done. I can see. Maybe that's what, I wonder if he's been licking his feet because, oh, sorry. Because, you okay? We're almost done, bud. In between all his paws are real red, that means he's been licking them. So because he's licking them, I wanted to make sure there's not mats in there, so I'm checking them all. And this is surgery, that's an IV went in there. Okay. I don't really want to shave the ears, but I do have some tips for the owners on cleaning the ears and the solution, the malicetic. Oh my gosh, it would do wonders for that. Leave-in conditioner. Okay, you can sit. You can sit. Just don't fall off the table. Okay. All right, so mom and dad, here's a couple things that really helped us during the grooming. Brushing. Brush, brush, brush. Check with the comb. If it doesn't go through, you have a knot there. Go back over it. Brush, brush, brush. Check with the comb. Really bad? Mat breaker. Break up the mat. I use this on the hiney. Break up the mat. Even worse, if you need help, use a rake. Come through. It has little cutting edges. Brush, brush, brush. Not getting it on the hiney, lift up the hair. Draw a line, draw a line, draw a line, draw a line, draw a line. Brush. Leave-in conditioner. Spray, brush. Nice, silky smooth. The entire groom, I could smell an ear infection. Clean with cotton ball, flush with malicetic. Flush every day or twice a day, 30 days, boom. It's gonna be a whole lot different. We'll talk more about that. And ear infections are really painful, so if you have a dog with an ear infection, he might bite me just because of that. So you have to be ready for that. Did you text it to them just now? Sawyer. You did good, Sawyer. You did so good. I'm so happy. Are you happy? You look beautiful. You look so beautiful. Those ears bothering you? Let's get those ears fixed, okay? You ready? You ready to come down? All right. Wait, let me lower it. You ready? Let's go.
Hello!
How'd you look?
You look
Great! Oh yeah, definitely. You look so much better! That's like
Amazing. Woo! Woo! It went so well. It was awesome. He did amazing. I went outside, I greeted him, I met him. He had just that golden retriever characteristics, and he was just kind and soft. I want to say if his ear infection didn't exist, he would be happier. And I say that because I feel like he's got this weight that's just miserable. So hopefully we'll kick that. And in the lieu of her getting the malacetic, and I am not a veterinarian, but I've been seeing this stuff for a long time, and I know what works. But if you have any doubt in your mind, no, I'm not a veterinarian and I'm not telling you what to do, but I have a suggestion that I know works. And where did I learn that? At the veterinarian that I worked for. So she had said 2 weeks ago they went to the veterinarian and nothing cleared up. Well, maybe, I don't know if she told them, but she told me, he loves the water. So I used to do toenail trimming and ear cleaning out in the public for over 10 years, just by itself, just toenails all day long. Ear cleaning all day long. And in doing that, I would see everything, like everything. Dogs that never have been vaccinated with the nail trim. I mean, I would see it all. And in that, I learned a lot of Labrador retrievers love water. They go duck hunting, they go jumping in the lakes, they have their own lakes. Some folks have a pond in their backyard, they have a pool, a kiddie pool, and dogs that love water usually have that maroon, funky, tar-looking stuff in their ears. And I started learning, wow, dogs that love water are likely gonna have this huge problem in their ears. And I was like, Dee, you can't say that's an infection. So I try not to. I try to say that looks like an infection. I don't know what it is. I don't have binoculars or microscope on me right now. Do you? But I know it's a problem. You know it's a problem. So let's all acknowledge there's a problem. So in his ears, I could smell it. I'm actually going to now, it's in my, I swear I just breathed it all in. So it's in my lungs and everything. And I'll have that until I actually go shower, wash up, and clean myself. And then it'll be gone. It's almost like it absorbs into our skin and into our lungs what we're breathing, that fungus out in the air. I could smell it the entire groom. So hopefully we'll get this fixed. If you allow your dog to swim 3 times a week, 5 times a week, and you don't get the ear infection fixed, then it'll never go away. When you're a child and you have an ear infection, it's so miserable. You don't go back to the pool until the ear infection's gone. You don't go add more water to the ears. Which I had David do. Now, so I didn't know you had an ear infection, okay? But I have gotten water in my ear, and you know, it's like.
Dude, I had water in my ears for 2 months.
Because he doesn't know how to drain his ear. It was different. It wasn't an infection. It was just sitting in some kind, like that, like in his ear canal, like the little rivet. It's a little pocket with water that's sitting there, just shaking around. And he could hear it. He could hear that sucker. So it's the same thing with an animal. If you have an animal and there's an ear infection, but you're not going to prevent the dog from not swimming, what do you expect? So you can do a couple things. One, you can say no swimming until we get this ear infection kicked, or we're going to treat and prevent all at the same time, which requires just a little bit more ear flushing involved. So in doing so, her regimen is going to be cleaning, flushing, cleaning, flushing, flushing when the dog gets wet. And hopefully in a few days it's going to look and smell great, and then a little longer it's going to be gone. And then after that, every time the dog gets wet, we're going to flush and make sure the ears stay clean and not infected. Now, if it doesn't go away, which I have to be honest with you, I've never not seen it go away with this solution. This solution has been a lifesaver for many dogs. So if I've never seen, no one's come back and said it doesn't work. Nobody. In all the years I've been grooming, nobody has ever said that. What's funny is that I have had a groomer work for me, and she would go have her dog's ears packed with like powder or something, and they would pack them, and then the infection would be gone, and then she would have them packed like monthly. And I was like, wow. So you have to have your dog's ears packed monthly to get this ear problem gone monthly. For what? Life? No, I hate to tell you, I don't have an ear infection thriving every day for the rest of my life. So if you have an ear infection and it's not working, whatever you're doing is not working, go either back to the vet or get a second opinion. It should kick, it should go away, it should not keep coming back. You can take that part out, David.
All right, thank you guys. Let me go back and just tell you real quick what we used. We used my Andis 5-speed, which is pretty much sold out across the nation. There's some places that might still have it, but guess what? I have an Andis AGC 2-speed that will do the work. Right now during COVID-19, there's limited products on the market because Andis was also closed for several months, couple months, and now they're just up and running, minimal staff. So we're getting our tools back in stock. So watch the site, myfavoritegroomer.com, for your tools. If you're learning here, shop here. That's all I ask, because if this is what you're going to do and this is what you're going to learn and I'm giving you all this information absolutely free, I would love it if you support me. You can support me by shopping at myfavoritegroomer.com, liking the video, sharing the video, subscribing to the channel. Make sure all notification bells, all ALL, is all marked so you get all the notifications so you can join our live feeds. So today's tools that we use: dematter, demat rake. We use a large bristle brush, an aluminum comb. Brush does the work, aluminum comb, or comb does it live. Blades, 2 10 blades. We used a 2 guard. We used a 1 guard. That means that we go a 1/2 inch, right? That's where we use the hiney. I need to write that down too. We used the 8.5 shear. We used 50 tooth blender shear. We also used the disinfectant groom loop. We used the 18-inch groom loop on a large table for him. If you want an electric table, I've got some really cool ones. Very affordable prices on myfavoritegroomer.com. Man, the stock in tables is really dwindling down because a lot of tables are not made in the United States. It's unfortunate. That table right there that I have, that one right there, that one is almost $400. It was the only one I found made in the United States, and I've had that for over 10 years. Do you want to buy a table like that for $400? I can tell you probably don't. Well, the reason why we can't compete with that price is because they come in from other international countries made cheaper. So unfortunately, they've run out and they are running out. We also use my favorite bottle sprayer with the missing link. We use the leave-in conditioner called The Stuff in my favorite bottle sprayer. You can get that in a kit as well. Gosh, what else did we use? We used a few things. I didn't have to use any nail clippers, but you normally would have had to use nail clippers. And then we are cleaning with Clorox bleach. Make sure you've got a great ear cleaner, malicetic audit, cotton balls, cotton swabs. We used a large dog up stand that you can get at dogupstand.com. We used, I wish I had a cone head, but we did use also a muzzle. So those are some of the things I use, including the grooming table and the groom loop, things like that. Thanks a lot for being here, and thanks for watching. Be sure to shop at myfavoritegroomer.com. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. We'll talk to you later.